It is time now for the PHL 11 o'clock news for this Thursday, February 12th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Your 11 o'clock news at 9 here, and our top story at 11 o'clock here at the 11th hour. Here is in Mobile, Alabama, where a federal judge who ruled on Thursday that the local probate judge cannot refuse to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, potentially adding some clarity to the judicial quarrel that has roiled Alabama for most of the week. In Stephenville, Texas, a Texas Ranger testified Thursday at the murder trial of a former Marine charged with killing him. Navy SEAL Chris Cal and his friends said that the two victims were armed when they were shot multiple times. Fox News host Greta Van Susteren slammed President Obama for his recent BuzzFeed video on her show. The On the Record noted that the zany YOLO-filled video was filmed the same day the White House was dealing with the death of an ISIS hostage. How Facebook is trying to make the death less complicated. Global warming will be bringing the unprecedented risk of a decades-long mega drought in the American southwestern Great Plains during the second half of the century, researchers claim. Mayor Marty Walsh of Boston said resources of Connecticut and New York City, as well as the National Guard, are helping city crews and storm removal operations as he has urged residents of the city to get ready for the upcoming weekend storm weeks. He said that the city has spent up to $33 million in snow-related costs. And I'll have more of that on the latest storm on the weather segment of the Peter Show 11 o'clock news in a couple of minutes. Here, as the MBTA's weather-related problems due to snow and the cold continue, Governor Charlie Baker met with an Alcorn MTA Chairman Beverly Scott for 90 minutes as the meeting was focused on also Peter Pan buses, helping to shuttle T passengers that normally take trains that have been idle by the snow. Defense attorneys that have been verified Bob and trial will get their chance to make their case to move it out of the state to the federal appeals court here next week. And it's ordered that the court will be declared that one judge out of the three will be requested where the trial will be held. In Moscow, hundreds of prisoners of war captured during the nearly year-long fighting in eastern Ukraine. Only one was mentioned by naming the agenda of the world leaders at the peace talks in Belarus. Two Al Jazeera English journalists have posted bail, but the government of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has hinted a pardon, but the press environment is largely hostile. Greece and its creditors of the 19th country Eurozone took visible and modest steps Thursday to bridge their differences over Athens' demands to lighten the load of its bailout, and the deal appears still to be some way off. India was ranked 136 out of 180 nations worldwide in terms of press freedom in 2015, which marks an improvement from its rank at 140 in 2014, even though its absolute score declined from 40.34 to 40.49. In 29 problems in California, nearly 2 dozen Marines were treated for exposure to a fire retardant gas Thursday after an extinguishing system accident went off an unstopped vehicle during a train exercise, but there were no serious injuries. Prominent New York Times columnist David Carr died in the newsroom on Thursday night at the paper announced, as the journalist was 58 years old. Carr covered media culture for the Times that is called the equation was among the paper's most popular. In San Francisco International Airport, President Barack Obama touched down at sunset Thursday for a two-night visit to the Bay Area highlighted by a cybersecurity summit at the Stanford University and a fundraiser dinner in San Francisco. In Washington, President Obama signed a measure into Thursday a law to fight a wave of suicide among veterans struggling with post-traumatic stress and problems that has won increased attention as American troops have returned to Afghanistan and Iraq. Katie Brown ready to place John Kitzhaber as governor of Oregon. Mayor Boris Johnson revealed the figures during a trade mission U.S. aimed at strengthening economic and cultural ties between London and the U.S. In San Francisco, activist investor thinks that Apple Incorporated is only worth over $1 trillion. But others on Wall Street think it would take a few more years for the iPhone market stock values to get there. Dow Jones 72.38 up 110.24. S&P 528.48 up 19.95, and Nasdaq 4857.61 up 56.43. Actor Emil Hirsch has been charged with an assault in Utah after he allegedly put a woman in a chokehold until she passed out during the Sundance Film Festival. who was a paramount executive according to the Associated Press. Reese Witherspoon teams up with Sophia Vergara in Hot Pursuit. World oceans clogged by millions of tons of plastic trash. Scientists on Thursday described fossils unearthed in China of two shrew-sized creatures from the Jurassic period that represent the oldest known tree climate and bird mammals and that show the early mammals that have claimed a variety of ecological. The measles outbreak that began in December at Disneyland hasn't slowed down yet so far. The illness has affected 121 people in 17 states, and many public health officials are worried that it could continue to spread. In the past 50 years, we have reduced the percentage of Americans that smoke cigarettes from 50% to 19%, while the percentage drop is positive. 90% means that roughly 44 million Americans that are still smoking, with 15.5 million of those smokers begin to treat 18. Taking a look at New England in the alerts here at 11:06 at Holyoke, Massachusetts at motor vehicle crash intersected at Keys County Road. MCV fired possible entrapment. Eastern Massachusetts, a two-alarm fire at 5 Hayward Street and Park Street in an auto body shop, and MA from Mansfield en route. Peter Chill News Time is 11:06. Time to have for a travel report here on this late Thursday night here, and you're smooth sailing on around the highways and byways in New England here, and we're gonna crash around the Mass Pike in South Boston here, on the Mass Pike going westbound in South Boston, so expecting delays here. 95 on the northbound side, slow down the Denver stretch. 120 on the northbound side, slow from Beverly down for Gloucester. 128 stop and go from Gloucester all the way down for Peabody here. And 128 stop slow from Peabody all the way up in Beverly here. 93 on the southbound side, an accident near Route 129 in Wilmington. 128 slow on both ends in Woburn. Route 128 southbound slow around Route 3 in Burlington. Route 3 northbound slow down through Burlington Stretch. Route 3 in the southbound side slow around North Billerica. Route 3 in the northbound side is backed up from North Chelmsford. Local connectors slow from Route 3 down through downtown Lowell here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute here on this Thursday night. And 146 at southbound slow down from North Smithfield here. And take a look at MTA transit alerts here. Blue line experiencing moderate delays due to a disabled train at Wonderland. Green line D branch service will originate at Park Street for service to Riverside. Please board at Park Street. Green line East service suspended between Brigham Circle and Heath Street, and please use Route 389 bus for service between Brigham Circle and Heath Street. Limited Orange Line trains are available from Welton to Forest Hills. One train will be operated back and forth from Welton to Oak Grove. And buses replaced at Red Line Tree Bridge for Sunday, February 15th from start to the end of the surface. Bus will replace Mattapan trolley service between Eshmont and Mattapan stations all day on Thursday, February 12th due to severe weather. Silver Line bus service experiencing moderate delays due to weather-related issues, and Silver Line SL2 snow boot effect at a minute at 88 Black Falcon Pier and Connect at Norman Avenue. And on the MBTA commuter line train, Vermont 9 train 781 9:40 p.m. from South Station and 782 10:20 p.m. from Reedville canceled today as shuttle bus service will be provided here. And Fairmount Line train 743 5:50 a.m. from South Station at 7:44 a.m. 6:30 a.m. from Rayville canceled on Friday, February 13th. Fairmount West Line train 539 8:35 p.m. from South Station delayed today due to an earlier mechanical problem of 30 to 40 minutes. And current Haverhill Line train 278 10:14 p.m. from Redden and canceled today due to an earlier mechanical problem here. And Haverline passengers are strongly encouraged to transfer to your line at Knopf Station, not Malden Center. Low line train 344, 9:30 p.m. for Lowell, delayed about 40 minutes today due to earlier mechanical problem. And Providence Stoughton line train 901, 5:15 a.m. from South Station. And 902, 6:20 a.m. from Stoughton, canceled on Friday, February the 13th. Peter Chandler News Time, 11:10. Time now for a weather report on current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:10 p.m. 27 degrees, temperature overcast skies, humidity at 63%, wind speed southwest about 9 miles per barometer. Tide up 78 inches, super about 16 degrees, and visibility at 10 miles, and wind chill about 18 degrees. Okay, let us take a look at current conditions by the region here on this Thursday night here. 25 degrees at temperature out in Boston, 21 in Worcester, 22 in Sturbridge, 22 in Webster, 25 in Milford. It's 18 in Bedford, 23 in Beverly and Gloucester, 22 in Haverhill. It's 26 in Norwood, 20 in Taunton, 20 in New Bedford. It's 20 in Plymouth, it's 20 in Falmouth, 20 in Provincetown, 20 in Martha's Vineyard, 29 in Martha's Vineyard, 29 in Nantucket. It's 30 in Buckeye, 30 in Wesley, 20 in Providence, 25 in Smithfield. It's 26 in New York City, 25 in Islip, 30 in Montauk, 20 in Long Island. It's 25 in Bridgeport, 20 in New Haven. It's 22 in Dedbury, 21 in Waterbury, 25 in Meriden. It's 23 in Hartford. It's 21 in Woodlocks. It's 20 in Springfield, 19 in Danvers, 22 in Greenfield, 21 in Athol. It's 14 in Pittsfield, 17 in North Adams. It's 13 in Albany, New York. It's 69 in Silver Springs. It's 12 above in Rutland, Vermont, 18 in Bennington, 14 in Belleville, Vermont, 21 in Keene, Hampshire, 19 in Sheffield, Hampshire, 20 in Nashville, Hampshire, 20 in Manchester, 20 in Manchester, Hampshire, 21 in Concord, Hampshire, 19 in Low New Hampshire, 23 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, and 18 in Portsmouth, Maine. Okay, take a look at the surface map. Shows station front from Alberta stretching down from Montana. Merging with a warm front from western South Dakota, then for central Nebraska, down for Kansas, down for Oklahoma here. Got a front for western Nebraska, then for eastern Colorado, down for the northeastern New Mexico. Low pressure northeastern Colorado and the west central portions of Nebraska here. Get a front from north central California, then for California coastline. Another front from Arizona, then for western Mexican Gulf, Mexican coast there. Around western portions of Mexico here. And we got a cold front from northeastern Mexico, stretching the Gulf of Mexico down to Florida. Curve around the Georgia and South Carolina coastline, stretching at the sea and a pink front off the Delaware coastline up in the mid-coast Maine with a low pressure off the Virginia coastline and off mid-coast Maine. A cold front from Virginia stretching in up the Atlantic seaboard, up to New England and up in Quebec with a station front right at eastern Quebec here. And we got high pressure off the California coastline here and up north central Ontario and eastern Iowa and west central portions of Texas here. And we got a ridge of high pressure around from Suffolk to British coming in after eastern Washington, Oregon, and then for the Intermountain region here. 7 degrees at temperature right out in Pittsburgh and Minneapolis, St. Paul. 11 in Chicago, 10 in Detroit, 27 in Washington, D.C. It's 31 in Atlanta, 66 in Miami, Florida, 62 in Brownsville, Texas, 46 in Dallas, Texas. It's 22 out of Kansas City, 20 Omaha, Nebraska, 45 in Great Falls, Montana, 57 in Seattle, 67 in San Francisco, 72 in Los Angeles. It's 64 in Las Vegas. It's 47 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 52 in Denver, Colorado, 70 in Phoenix, Arizona, and 48 out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Okay, let's take a look at our radar situation here around the country here, and it shows some snow showers from Marshfield stretching out the South Shore and up the Cape Ann, up in the Newburyport and around Hampton, New Hampshire, and line of snow showers near Worcester and around Milford, and a line of snow showers around Hudson around Leominster here, and snow showers off the Outer Cape and off the tip of Provincetown, Massachusetts, and a line of snow showers around the eastern portion of Nantucket here, and some snow showers around Chatham here. And some snow showers off the sea coast of New Hampshire and its southern Maine coastline here. And some snow showers in central and east central portions of New Brunswick. And stretching it off central portions of Nova Scotia here. And some snow showers north of Augusta and Maine here. And some snow showers in northwestern Vermont. And then up in upstate New York and snow showers around Silver Springs and southwestern portions of Vermont. And some snow showers west of the Capital District of Albany and Schenectady, New York, and some snow showers around the Buffalo area and around eastern tip of the Niagara Frontier in Ontario, Canada here. And some snow showers in west central portions of Ontario, some snow showers around the southwestern Ohio around the Cincinnati area, and some snow showers southeast of Indianapolis here, and some snow showers in the north central portion of Indiana, some snow showers off the southwestern portions of Michigan, some snow showers off the northeastern portion of Michigan, and some snow showers off the north central portions of UP and Michigan here, and some snow showers at the east central portions of Prince Edward Island, some snow showers from Atlanta snow from western Iowa, stretching in central Missouri, some snow showers from north central Minnesota, central western Ontario here, some snow showers in central portions of Saskatchewan here, some rain showers from west central portions of Montana, some sleet around west central portions of Montana, some rain showers in west central northwestern portion of Washington State, and up the southwest portion of British Columbia, and some rain, sleet, and snow showers in east central portions of British Columbia, and central and west central portions of Alberta, and for western portions of western Alberta here. And take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows Atlantic clouds off the North Carolina coastline and stretching up the Atlantic seaboard and around the Canadian Maritimes there. Atlantic clouds coming in much of the central plain states around the Great Lakes and stretching down for Oklahoma and Arkansas, down for northern Mississippi here. And Atlantic clouds for northern California and down for Nevada, stretching up to Oregon and down for southwestern Idaho. And Atlantic clouds coming in Montana, stretching to southwestern Saskatchewan, up to Alberta, and down for British Columbia. And Atlantic clouds coming off the Washington, Oregon coastline here. And take a look at a forecast discussion around the region here. Temperature will be 20 to 30 degrees below average over the northeast as low pressure off the New England coastline will move northeastward up over the western Atlantic, and the system will produce light snow over parts of the northeast and mid-Atlantic coast and land Thursday night as a cold air moving up over the Great Lakes will produce lake effect snow downwind from nice free waters off the Great Lakes late Thursday night. Meanwhile, a front over the west central Canada will move southeastward to the Great Lakes, westward to the Central Plains and Northern Ireland Plains by Saturday. The storm will produce snow over the upper Great Lakes on the Friday morning, expanding into the northeast and parts of the Ohio Valley. By Saturday morning, in addition, cold high pressure will move over the upper Midwest beyond the boundary, and elsewhere, another front over the eastern Pacific will move onshore over the Pacific Northwest on Friday, moving into the Northern Rockies by Saturday morning as a storm system will produce light rain over the parts of the Northwest coast Thursday evening and the Friday evening, and the rain will move into parts of the Northern Rockies into Saturday morning here. Okay, forecast Saskatchewan region, it shows some low pressure forming off the North Carolina coastline will be intensified as it races past Nantucket tonight, bringing a period of snow, and strong northwest winds will bring Arctic air and a dangerously wind chills overnight, and low pressure driving south from Arctic Canada will drop to the New England coast Saturday night and may bring blizzard conditions parts of the coastal southern New England here. Yet another storm may bring snow to the region in the middle of the week. And no major change to the previous forecast lake. It's 3.9 micron satellite imagery. Showing the more breaks in the clouds, so lowered temperatures slightly overnight, and latest radar data showing back edging of the snow making its final push from the northwest low this evening and indicating that the light snow should move offshore in the next few hours, and the exception might be the outer Cape. We will still predict that additional snowfall overnight to be light. Decided to hold on the winter weather advisory across the Cape until this last snow burst of snow moves through and stronger reflected in its core, as well as upstream observations and snow potential for a brief burst of heavier snowfall. Anyway, let's take a look at our weather notes here. Alright. A blizzard watch for coastal areas of Massachusetts, and today broke the record for the snowiest February in Boston. 42.6 inches so far in the city of Boston in the February of 2015 here. Storms will start about 4 p.m. Saturday evening here. Heaviest snow overnight Saturday into the Sunday. Best chance for a foot of snow will be Boston and points north and up in the New Hampshire, Maine, and coastal portions of southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Downs here. And wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour on the coast, so that is the greatest risk for power outages is on the coastline during the snowstorm here on Saturday and Sunday here. And tomorrow we are going to have frigid Friday on tap as temperatures are going to be in the teens for much of central and eastern Massachusetts, up to much of Rhode Island and all of Connecticut, and down for sub-central New York from Newburgh, down for New York City, down for Long Island, while seeing temperatures in the teens from western Berkshires and Massachusetts up to Vermont, western New Hampshire, and up in upstate New York here. And snow will come to an end overnight tonight as total accumulations of 1 to 2 inches, except Cape Cotton Islands at 2 to 4 inches, and very cold Friday and Friday night. And more than snow expected this weekend, more than 6 inches expected elsewhere. And everywhere, and more than 12 possible from 495 to the East Coast here. And snow this weekend here, so I believe that'll be the best chance to pick up one foot or more of snow will be eastern Massachusetts. The best chance for 12 or more inches of snow will be central and outer Cape Downs, and stretch it up the South Shore and up into Boston and up in the North Shore and up into New Hampshire and up into Maine here. Okay, let us take a look at we are under a winter storm watch in effect from Saturday afternoon throughout Sunday evening here. Location central eastern Massachusetts way from the coast as well as all around here. Hazard type spirits of heavy snow and gusty winds and snow accumulation up to 6 to 12 inches possible. This weekend and time in late day Saturday into Sunday evening here, and periods of heavy snow will make travel conditions slippery and led to low visibilities, and gusty winds and blowing snow could lead to roof collapses in areas. Roofs not cleared by previous snows, and winds northwest 20 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Visibility is 1.5 mile or less at times, and precautionary preparedness actions here. A winter storm watch is issued for the potential of accumulated snow of 6 or more inches in a 12-hour period here, or up to 8 or more inches in a 24-hour period. Anyone traveling in the next 24 to 36 hours should monitor a later forecast and prepare to modify travel plans should winter weather develop. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. While you're sleeping in the overnight hours at night, podcast got low around 5 above, wind chill miles as low as 6 below. Northwest wind about 6 to 11 miles with gust size 34 miles per hour for Friday. South Sky high about 50 degrees and wind chill miles as low as 8 below. Northwest wind about 8 to 10 miles with gust size 26 miles per hour for Friday night. Podcast got low about 5 below. West wind about 3 to 6 miles per hour for Saturday. Snow may after 2 p.m. Either 26 degrees, wind chill miles as low as 7 below. Cold wind becoming 7 at 5 to 8 miles by the morning. Chance of precipitation is 8%. New snow accumulation around an inch possible. For Saturday night, the snow can be at every time. Low around 40 degrees and north variable wind becoming northwest by 9 to 14 miles by the ED. Chance of precipitation is 100%. For Sunday, snow before 11 a.m. Then snow likely when there is a blow storm between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Then there's a blow storm and the chance of snow after 3 p.m. The snow can be every times. Either 20 degrees plus rate chance of precipitation is 100%. For Saturday night, a chance of snow before 8 p.m. Most of the got low around 2 below plus 3 with a chance of precipitation of 30%. For Monday, Sunday podcast got about 17, no about 1 up below 0. For Tuesday, a chance of snow showers, part Sunday got high around 27 degrees and low around 19 degrees, chance of precipitation 30% on Tuesday, increase to 50% on Tuesday night. And for Wednesday, a chance of snow, most of the got about 33, low about 10 degrees, chance of precipitation is 35%. And for Thursday, most of the sun sky about 26 degrees. Peter's weather phrase of the night. A frigid Friday the 13th on tap, leading to more snow over the weekend. Peter Channel News on 11:23. Time for sports roundup here on this late Thursday night here. And start you off at the NHL NBA scoreboard. First of all, the NHL scores. 2:20 left in the first period, and it's Los Angeles Kings lead the Calgary Flames 1-0 in here. With 7:25 left in the third period, it is New York Rangers leading the Colorado Avalanche 4-3. New York Islanders over the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. And eking out a win over Carolina Hurricanes 2-1. Pittsburgh a winner over Ottawa 5-4. St. Louis Blues over the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-3. Edmonton Oilers defeat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3. Nashville Predators 3. Winnipeg Jets 1. And Minnesota Wild 2. Florida Panthers 1. And the NBA 1 game. Chicago Bulls over the Cleveland Cavaliers 113-98. Alright, let's take a look at our college basketball scores here. On this Thursday night here, With 9:32 left in the second half, it is Idaho 62, Portland State 47. 5:06 left in the second half, it is San Diego 41, it's Pacific 30. 7:28 left in the second half, it is Portland 56, Pepperdine 48. 11:12 left in the second half, it is UC Davis 43, it's UC Cal State Fulton 39. 9:30 left in the second half, it is Cal Poly 42, Cal State Northridge 38. At halftime, it's UC Santa Barbara 26, it's Long Beach State 23. 11:03 left in the first half, it's Santa Clara 9, San Francisco 7. It is Eastern Illinois 66, Austin Peay 55. Connecticut 70, Tulsa 45. It is Lehigh 65, it's American University 58. USC Upstate 80, it's North Florida 63. It's FGCU 65, it's Northern Kentucky 59. It's Kansas State 78, it's Jacksonville 65. West Carolina 58, it's Mercer 54. Eastern Tennessee State 65, it's UNC Greensboro 62. It's VMI 93, it's Furman 59. Chattanooga 56, it's Wofford 46. It's Presbyterian 69, it's UNC Asheville 65. Ryan 74, Fairleigh Dixon 71. It's St. Francis, Pennsylvania 74. It's Central Connecticut State 63. LIU Brooklyn 63, Robert Moss 62. Sacred Heart 62, Mount St. Mary 55. Minnesota 64, it's Iowa 59. It's Purdue 61, it's Rutgers 51. St. Francis, New York 83, it's Rutgers 66. It's Ole Miss 62. Florida 61. UIC 79, it's Wright State 35. Northeastern 79, it's Hofstra 68, it's Lexington 87, Stetson 85. Louisiana Tech 65, it's Florida Atlantic 54. Arkansas Little Rock 79, it's Appalachian State 74. It's Georgia 765, it's Arkansas State 60. Montana 65, North Dakota 61, it's Siena 66, it's Marist 64. South Dakota 74, Omaha 73. It's Oral Roberts 77. It's Western Illinois 67. It's the Citadel 667. Fred 65. Cal State Bakersfield 66. UT Pan American 54. Right 71. It's Middle Tennessee 68. Final and double overtime. It is North Texas 67. It's UAB 64. UTSA 72. Old Dominion 67. It's Murray State 78. It's SIU Weathersfield 46. Tennessee Tech 71. It's Tennessee State 52. South Alabama 71, it's Detroit 67. Gonzaga 80, it's Loyola Marymount 51. It's Utah 75, Stanford 59. SMU is 75, Houston 69. It is Southern Utah 65, it's Weber State 56. Montana State 90, it's Northern Colorado 87. It's North Dakota State 73, Denver 69, and final in overtime. Here it is BYU 82, St. Mary's 60. It's New Mexico State 73, Seattle University 47. It's UTEP 73, it's Charlotte 68. A final in overtime, it's FIU 73, Southern Miss 71. California 68, Colorado 61. It's Illinois 64, Michigan 52 at final in overtime. It is Southeast Missouri State 98. It's UT Martin 76. It's Eastern Washington 64. Sacramento State 61. Idaho State 80. Northern Arizona 66. Texas Arlington 70. It's Texas State 61. And UL Monroe 67. It's Louisiana Lafayette 55. Okay, take a look at women's college basketball scores. With 11:03 left in the first half. It is California 15, UCLA 12. Towson losing to James Madison 79-64. Quinnipiac 80, Marist 62. It's Arkansas Little Rock 63, Appalachian State 49. It's Tennessee State 66, Tennessee Tech 57. It's Southern Mississippi 78, it's FIU 65. It's SIU Edwardsville 78, it's Murray State 69. It's Arkansas State 81, Georgia 73. It's Louisiana Lafayette 68, UL Monroe 65, final and double overtime. It's Troy 78, it's South Alabama 67. It's Texas State 65, Texas Arlington 58, final and overtime. It is Jacksonville 73, Kansas State 70. It's USC Upstate 59, it's North Florida 50, Stetson 103, Lipscomb 75. FGCU 75, North Kentucky 47. It's UTEP 75, Charlotte 72. Louisiana Tech 73, Florida Atlantic 68. UTSA 52, Old Dominion 51. CMF Austin 64, it is Encounter Word 47. It's Final overtime. Niagara 64. Siena 59. And final in overtime. Iona 67 at St. Pierce 65. It's North Carolina 71. It's Florida State 63. North Carolina State 65. It's Georgia Tech 64. Boston College 75. Wake Forest 74. Duke 71. Virginia 45. It's Miami Florida 85. Syracuse 71. Pittsburgh 53. Virginia Tech 35. Louisville 81. Clemson 49. It's Florida 51. Georgia 48. Kentucky 92. Mississippi State 90. Final in double overtime. It's South Carolina 86. LSU 62. It's Tennessee 69. It's Ole Miss 49. UNC Wilmington 86. It's Elon's 82. Abilene Christian 63. It's Sam Houston 48. Northwestern State 54. It's Central Arkansas 52. South Dakota 83. Omaha 69. It's UAB 74. North Texas 40. It's Middle Tennessee 79. It's Rice 61. Texas A&M Corpus Christi 66. It's New Orleans 52. It's Louisville 79. It's Houston Baptist 62. McNeese State 66. Southeast Louisiana 62. It's Green Bay 61. It's Red State 45. Valparaiso 69. It's Milwaukee 56. It's Austin Peay 83. Eastern Illinois 72. It's Northern Arkansas. Northern Arizona 64. It's Idaho State 47. It's Alabama 67. It's Missouri 64. It's Texas A&M 59. Arkansas 55. It's Northern Colorado 84. Montana State 63. It's St. Mary's 76. BYU 71. Final in overtime. It's Iowa 69. Nebraska 61. And Montana 66. It's North Dakota 51. The Norton Lancers girls varsity basketball team loses to the Dover Sherburne Raiders at non-high school 55-42. While the Norton Lancers boys basketball squad lose a tough one to the Dover Sherburne Raiders out in Dover Sherburne, Massachusetts, 50-48. Okay, take a look at sports news here on this late Thursday night here. Speaking at the Daytona 500 Media Day on Thursday, NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. revealed that he was nothing to do with jewelry, Associated Press reports. Cleveland Cavaliers forward Kevin Love is sitting out Thursday night's game against the Chicago Bulls because of an abrasion in his right eye. The victory over the Atlanta Hawks last night shows that the Boston Celtics are on the right track towards a playoff berth. The worst kept secret in the NBA is that Carmelo Anthony is on the verge of having a season-ending knee surgery, but only after playing on the all-important All-Star game on Sunday in New York. Fox and Telemundo have not shown a second of a World Cup action, but on Thursday they added the 2026 Cup to the rights to broadcast the 2018 and 2022 soccer tournaments in the United States. Anna Fenninger turned on the South to take her second gold medal in the World Ski Championships. In Memphis, Tennessee, Bernard Tournament of Australia defeated fourth-seeded Alexander Dolgobov 6-1, 7-5 in Memphis Open on Thursday. Running back Maurice Jones-Drew became a star while playing in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Head coach Jack Del Rio and fellow season giver Jones-Drew led the NFL rushing as Jack Del Rio non-committal on Jones-Drew. Anthony Mason, a cornerstone of the top minor New York Knickerbocker teams that came close to winning an NBA championship back in 1994, was in a New York area hospital on Thursday battling the effects of a serious heart attack effects that have put his life. In Ames, Iowa State defensive lineman Mitchell Myers has been diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma. Coach Paul Rhodes said on Thursday. Throughout his controversial his career, Alex Wiggins has tried everything from steroids to steroids, and now he's tried to keep his mouth closed. And in Englewood, Colorado, as he usually does, Denver Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning stuck to his plan and met with Executive Vice President of Football Operations General Manager John Elway and CEO Joe Elson Thursday's work spur. And that's going to be it for sport. That's going to be the Period Show. 11 o'clock news on this late Thursday, February 12th, 2059. People say have a good night, and I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night. See you tomorrow morning.